Speaking of anime adaptations, though, there is one topic I would like to cover because it is quite timely.
Yeah.
But just yesterday, actually, recording as of us recording this episode, I found, or I guess Aki found, that somebody is adapting Killing Stalking.
You mean it's not an official...
This needs the biggest quote marks ever.
Adapting Killing Stalking into an anime.
You mean it's not an official anime adaptation like everyone on Twitter thinks it is?
Oh, okay.
It was like, the problem was the original Twitter post that blew this up said an official adaptation. And then in the replies to that tweet, they doubled down saying, it was all official. But the thing that caught my eye is the picture that everyone was retweeting. Right. 3 pictures of this tweet. One of them was like Chaos Up Studio. I'm like, what the fuck is a Chaos Up Studio?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So because Aki found that on a timeline and was like, holy shit, they're making a Killing Stalking anime adaptation. I'm like, really? Let me see. And I saw the pictures. I'm like, the first two look legit.
Yeah, they look legit.
And it was like coming soon, 2020. I was like, oh shit, okay. And then I looked at the last one and it was like Chaos Up Studio. I'm like,
yeah, right?
Who? Who the fuck? What is the studio? I legitimately had to look it up on Wikipedia, being like, maybe it's just one of the, because recently there've been so many fucking Japanese anime studios that have just come out with like ridiculous names. So I'm like, oh, it's probably just one of those.
Exactly.
I looked it up and I'm like, nope, it's literally just one dude. It's one dude.
But I feel bad for whoever's making this because, like, my god, the amount of hype they just got thrusted on them, and everyone's assuming this is like legit.
Yeah.
I mean, how did the hype just happen? Did they
it's
just
literally just the tweet?
Just the tweet.
Yeah. The original tweet, I think, as of us recording, I think has like 40,000 likes and like 20,000 retweets or something.
Wow.
Like, because Killing Stalking fans are ruthless. They are ruthlessly dedicated.
And also, the thing was, I saw in a lot of the replies is that people weren't questioning whether like it was legit. People were just questioning, should it get an adaptation? And that was the main argument. I think that's why it was getting so many retweets.
Do you guys think it should get an adaptation? I mean, let me answer. Let me change the question. Have you guys read it?
I've read the first like story. What is it like? Because it came out in like stories, right?
It's like seasons.
I read the first season and I quite liked it. And it's a lot, but I feel like from what I've heard as well, it handles it quite well towards the end.
Yeah, I did a video on it. I actually looked back on when I did my video of it.
Yeah.
It was 4 years ago.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
I remember you releasing that like like yesterday.
Yeah, I know,
It does
right?
seem like yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was only like maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
it was 4 years ago, and that's because I only reviewed the first season because I think the series ended like I think it was like last year.
Yeah.
Maybe like over a year ago. But there was like a huge gap, right? So I've only really seen or read like the first half of it. And it was, marketed as like, oh, it's a really hardcore, like gruesome yaoi. So, all these fangirls getting on it. And I was like, okay, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it as much because I'm not exactly the target demographic, but I'll give it a go. And it was like a genuinely good story. Like, it had yaoi elements in it, but, I'm an adult. I can handle that, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
other than that, if you take away the yaoi elements, it's just a really, really good horror mystery. But when I saw that they were going to make a quote-unquote anime adaptation for it, I was like, I don't know, because immediately what I thought of is all of these other like over-sexualized series getting anime adaptations recently,
Because
right?
as someone who hasn't read it, seems like it's a very sexual story that would have to be heavily censored.
It is hardcore.
It's like as well. I think it also has such like it's divided a lot of the community because I think a lot of people really sexualize it.
Yeah.
When it's just a really fucked up dynamic.
Yeah.
And a lot of really deep shit of like possessiveness and all that, but. If you're thinking about reading it, it's a lot. Like it is.
Yeah, go
hard.
into it with caution, definitely.
Definitely be over the age of 18.
Yeah. We have to legally say that.
I mean, I think you should read it, but then also like I can totally recommend you not to read it. Like your life would be totally fine if you don't read it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch the anime instead and get my opinion there.
Talking about the anime, I like I said earlier, I feel bad for this person because a lot of people are putting a lot of hype on it. But also, what I saw, it's a one-man job. Like this guy's doing everything, and I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but they seem to be in charge of. They seem to be 3D modelers. I think that's what their trade is.
Yeah.
And I saw the voice acting casting call, and as someone who's done a lot of voice acting casting calls, I've made my own. I've worked with a lot of professional ones. Like it is. Not normal, I'd say. I don't want to be mean to them.
What do you mean not normal?
I don't want to be mean because I don't think they're like that experienced, and I think other voice actors are helping them with it. But first of all, normally you don't name who's gotten what role publicly.
Right.
So on this casting call document, which I think we can maybe show on screen for a second, it says like one person who has the role, and it's showing publicly. That's not normally the case. Normally it's just here are the lines, audition for it and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way it's laid out is really odd, and it's just over Twitter isn't that weird, but there's no mention of pay or anything. Like, I guess, I mean, it is a fan-made project, but normally still you say if it's paid or not.
Yeah.
You normally say how many lines they're going to be. It just, I don't know. It looks like it belongs on like Casting Call Club, which is an amateur voice acting website.
Yeah.
Which makes me uneasy, because if it is going to be a USB microphone kind of deal, it's not going to sound good, because there was no, hey, here's the minimum requirements, you need a sound treated room. There was nothing. It was just, if you want to audition.
Yeah.
And I saw the replies to this thread, and it was like all 13-year-old sounding girls auditioning.
Yeah, but that's because the main fucking like readership of
Yeah,
Stalking are 13-year-old girls,
Yeah.
even though it shouldn't be. From purely based on context, it should not be.
It's just worrying with these kind of things as well, because normally, like when I've done plus 18 projects, I normally ask for proof of ID.
Yeah.
If I cast someone, like they need to show me their ID, and this should definitely be one of the situations where like those precautions should be taken,
Yeah.
even if it's fan made, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not a good look for you if you're getting 13-year-old girls to voice in your thing about like, it's some
Yeah.
pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still very early days. I mean, it's from what it sounds like. It sounds like a situation where someone just
Way too much press.
got way too much press way too quickly, because I have no doubt that they probably have no fucking experience.
Because I saw on their Twitter actually just this morning that they tweeted out being like, oh my God, after someone retweeted my thing, I've gained like 10,000 Twitter followers in like overnight. And like, this person obviously like came from like pretty much close to 0 followers.
Yeah.
So for them, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of like pressure just immediately built up on them.
Yeah.
Because you're going after such like, I don't want to say iconic, but like a very very dedicated series.
No, I think it's not just that as well, because I think what really built up the hype as well is we're in like this environment now where webtoons anime are being made, so it wouldn't have been so surprising to say Killing Stalking's getting an anime, as opposed to like last year or even 2 years ago, where we didn't have any precedents for that. But now with Tower of God airing and God of High School and Noblesse all getting animes, it's like maybe we're in a new era where people are expecting that their favorite webtoons or their favorite webcomics from whatever country could get anime adaptations.